Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever part watches us. Welcome to today daily market analysis. I'm your host, Trader Kim. So, looking on the markets, starting with the fundamentals, it is our custom. Yesterday we had the JOLTS opening, and we saw it came in positive for the DXY. But I'll be talking more about the DXY. I will go to the charts. So, also looking on today fundamentals, we can see President Trump was speaking early in the morning, that is 12 a.m. And also, we'll be seeing ECB President Lagarde will be speaking. And later today, be having the news, the big major news event that is on the CPI. So today, be having the inflation data. And looking on the inflation data, we can see we have the core CPI month after month, expecting it to decrease from 0.4 to 0.5 to 0.3. Looking at the CPI month after month, expecting also to be from 0.5 to 0.3. Also looking at the CPI year after year, is expecting to decrease from 0.3.0 to 2.9. So looking at the forecast data, you can see we're expecting for negative DXY. Expecting for negative DXY. But looking at the general economy of the USA at the moment, you can see it's still declining. Talking about the tariffs, talking about the metrics, talking about the GDP, talking about the interest rates. So we've seen that the Fed has held the interest rates, but next week we'll be having a meeting that is for the Fed meeting, and I'll be interested to see how the Fed will go on these rates. So are you going to expect a rate cut? Are you going to expect a rate hike on the next meeting? And will be on the March 19. That is next week. We'll be having the FOMC meeting. So very interesting. Are we going in a recession? Because you can see the stocks is declining. You can see the cryptos are declining. Are we going to a recession? So it's a very, very interesting thing to look on the interest rates. So, and talking about the interest rates, so the Fed, are they going to cut the rates because of the slow economic data? So we're very much interested to see how the Fed will go about it. So today we'll be having the CPI, and also later we'll be having the Bank of Canada monetary policies. And you can see most of the central banks are cutting the rates. So the other day we saw the RBA, we saw the RBNZ, we saw the ECB cutting their rates. And today we'll be seeing at the Bank of Canada, that is BOC, be expecting for them to cut the rates from 3.0 to 2.75. So that's a 25 basis point. So be expecting for a rate cut on the card. So diving on to look on the technicals. Allow me to share the screen. So, and you can see on this side, we have the central bank rates. You can see the Fed 4.5%. So I'll just click on this. That's for the dollar. So we're expecting next week, March 19. I'll be expecting to see how the Fed will go about these rates. Also, we can see you have the ECB, it has 2.65. The next meeting will be at 17 April. At Bank of England, that is on March 20. So after the Fed, we'll be seeing the Bank of England on the interest rate the next day. Talking about Swiss National Bank, SNB 0.5%. So still on March 20, we be expecting for a rate cut or a rate hike on SNB. So something that I'll be discussing. So RBA, I'll be expecting to have the next meeting at April 1st. Talking about the Bank of Canada, that is today. We'll be having the interest rate, and I'm expecting for a rate cut on the Bank of Canada. LBNZ, that will be in April 9. You can see the rate is at 3.75. Talking about the Bank of Japan, 0.5%. So also this one will be on the same day, we'll be having the Fed meeting. So this is a very, very important day. That is on March 19. And I'm talking about the Bank of Japan. We have been seeing the Japan economy strengthening. So the Japan economy is gaining, talking about the positive wage growth. talking about the metrics, the Japan is performing well. So for Japan will not be expecting for a rate cut. We'll be expecting either for the rate to remain the constant or the rate to hike. So we'll be expecting more strong data on the BOJ, that is the Bank of Japan. So moving on to look on the technicals. Here's the chart of the technicals. Allow me to share a minute, share the screen. So we can dive in to look on what the market is performing. Okay, this week is a very, very interesting week. A very, very interesting week on the market to see how the market is gonna react to the inflation data, particularly today. Very much interested to see how the Fed or how the dollar inflation. So these are today will be determined. Are we going to expect a rate cut? Are we going to expect a rate hike at the next meeting? So are we going to expect a rate cut? Are we going to expect a rate hike? So we'll be much interested to see how we go about it. So I'm sharing my screen on my end. So here it is. So maybe you can start with the idea of the DXY. That is our custom. So here is the chart of the DXY. It is. So when they're talking about from the DXY on the daily time frame, we have seen that the market has been selling, and we drew these patterns that has been respecting our analysis. We drew these head and shoulders pattern, and we saw this market completing these head and shoulder pattern. So where the market it is a point of interest because we can see the market, it is a support region. So this is it. So light shoulder, so the market came and broke that neckline, and we saw the market came very well and tested at that region. So to confirm for us the break of structure, then we saw the market selling massively and completing at the pattern. So what do we expect on the DXY at the moment? So we can see yesterday we saw the market came and closed below 800 EMA. So for us to position ourselves further on the DXY. So for DXY, we'll be expecting for further sales. But for us, taking this market where the current market it is, we expect to see some sort of the pullbacks, some sort of the lower highs and the lower lows. So you can see these are the lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. So you'll be expecting to see some sort of a lower high for us to position ourselves for further sales on the DXY. So then when coming to look on the major pairs, have a GBP USD. Yes, the chart of the GBP USD. Coming to look at it on the daily time frame, you can see the market is buying. So initially the market was selling, it was a strong sales, but we saw the market came and broke this point of interest that on the 50 EMA, we saw the market going further for the buys. So what we could be expecting on this GBP USD, we'll be expecting to see some sort of the pullbacks to this region to position ourselves for further buys on the GBP USD. Coming to look on the lower time frame, that is on H1 time frame. Yesterday we saw the market came and with this consolidation. So we saw no movement in the market yesterday. So the market still it is on our consolidation zone. So the market is being held by the 50 EMA. So but for us, we'll be interested to see some sort of the bigger pullbacks to the 200 EMA for us to position ourselves for buys. So that is it on our GBP USD. We'll be expecting to see some sort of the sales movement to the 200 EMA so that we can line ourselves for further buys. But at the moment, we can see the market, it is in a consolidation. Talking about Euro USD, still looking on the daily time frame, you can see the market came and blocked these 800 EMA. So we expect to see some sort of the pullbacks before we position ourselves for further buys. So Euro USD, coming to look on the lower time frame, that is on H1 time frame. So we expected to see some sort of the pullback to the 200 EMA, that is on H1 time frame. So that's really the status for us to check on the buys opportunity. But at the moment, no opportunity on Euro USD. So another pair we can check we have is the NZD. So talking about the NZD, And also talking about the AUD, we can see the chart is ranging. So this chart has been lagging behind, comparing the chart of GBP USD, comparing the chart of the Euro USD. You can see AUD USD, sorry, AUD USD, and also talking about the chart of the Kiwi dollar. You can see the market is still lagging behind. So talking about this AUD USD, you can see the market is being held by EMAs, that is 800 EMA, that is on 50 EMA, and also we have on the 200 EMA. So you can see the market being held up by the EMAs, so no trade on AUD USD. So another trade we can check we have is the chart of NZD USD, and also still looking on the chart of NZD USD, you can still see the market, it is on the EMA, so no trade on NZD USD. So maybe looking on the group two pairs, we can see if we can get some opportunity. We have the chart of USD CHF, and talking about the chart of USD CHF. So here's the chart of USD CHF, and looking at this, you can see the market has been selling, but you can see the market has been held up very well by this support region that we drew yesterday. So still on USD CHF, we're expecting to see some sort of pullbacks so that we can position ourselves for further sales on this pair. So looking at this trade on the lower time frame, that is on H1 time frame, yesterday we tried to look for the sets of India, this region, but you can see the market has been at the end at this 50 EMA. So for us to position ourselves on these use this HF for further sales, to be looking for the opportunities at the 200 EMA. So for 200 EMA is going to be best for us looking for sets. That is it on our USD CHF. Another thing you can check is USD card, USD card. I've been talking about bullishness, and yesterday we took a trade on our USD card. After this region, we saw the market reacting very well, and within a couple of hours, we saw the market hitting our take profit very nicely. So, but still looking on the USD card, we're looking for opportunities to buy because of the effect of the oil prices. So, and you know, the card is one of the largest oil producers. So, whenever you see the card uh, being affected by the oil, we usually see declining. So whenever you see the oil declining, you usually see the card also weakening. So talking about USD card, we're looking for the opportunities to buy. So yesterday we talked about the idea of the 50 EMA, and also we saw the market time and the test to the 200 EMA. So it was a very, very good opportunity for us to position ourselves for buying. So USD card, we're looking for buys all the way to the previous highs. So that's where we are the profit. So that is it on the USD card. We're looking for the buys opportunities. Another trade we can check is USD JPY. Talking about USD JPY, in March bearish on this pair. And for this one, we'll be talking about the strengthening of Japan, positive wage growth, and also talking about the Japan economy, how is it performing? Let's see if the Japan is gaining. So talking about USD JPY, we are talking about we'll be expecting some sort of bearishness, and I'll be talking about we'll be targeting this trade all the way to 800 EMA. So, but when it comes to look at this opportunity on the lower time frame, you saw yesterday the market came into the came to this top and box. So we saw the subscribing the market with the effect of the just opening. So, but still on this USD JPY, we're looking for the sales opportunities at the 200 EMA. So for 200 EMA, it's very interested for us looking for the sales opportunities. So another thing we can check is the group three. And talking about the group three pairs, we have the GPPs. And talking about the GPPs, you can see we have the GPP AUD. So GPP AUD still one of the traded for watch list. So this trade still is on the watch list, but we're expecting to see some the pullback to the 50 EMA, that is on H1 time frame. And this region, you can see initially we had this resistance region. We'll be expecting to see some sort of the break of structure. You see this market coming to retest at this support region. So for us to position ourselves for further buys on GPP AUD. We'll be expecting to see some sort of pullbacks under the 50 EMA confirmation of our candlestick. Then we position ourselves for buys. Also looking on the GPP card, we're still speculating to see some sort of the pullbacks at the 50 EMA for us to position ourselves for further buys. The next trade we can check we have is the euros. Talking about the euros, we have the euro AUD. See, this is one of the trade that we are monitoring yesterday. We saw the market came and adjusted this support region very nicely, and I saw the market going further buys. So still on this trade, we're looking for the pullbacks to the 50 EMA, that is on H1 time frame. Looking at this trade on the daily time frame, you can see this market has been buying like crazy. So the Euro AUD has been buying, buying. So we don't want to get caught trading against the trend. So for us to position ourselves, we're expecting to see some sort of the pullbacks to the 50 EMA, to see if the market will hold another region, to see the confirmation of a candlestick, so that we can position ourselves for buys. That is on Euro AUD. Also looking on the Euro card, we're still speculating at the same sort. At the 50 EMA, we're expecting to see some sort of confirmation of a candlestick so that we can align ourselves for buys. So that is it on the Euro card. That is on group 4 pairs. Talking about the group 5 pairs, that is on yen pairs. And talking about the yen pairs, will be much bearish on them. So talking about GJ, we're still speculating for the trade to come all the way to the resistance region. We can get some sort of the sales patterns, so that we can position ourselves for sales. So that trade we have is the CHF JPY. CHF JPY has been in our watch list for a long time. But for this one, still we're expecting to see some sort of sales patterns, as we are much bearish on these yen pairs. So at CHF JPY, we expect to see some sort of the buys all the way to yesterday's highs, where we have 800 EMA is where we check in for the sales opportunities. So another trade we have is Euro JPY. This is the chart of Euro JPY. Talking about this trade on the higher time frame, you can see the market is the key reversal region that is on the 200 EMA. So coming to look on the H1 time frame, we're expecting to see some sort of M patterns for us to position ourselves for further sets all the way to the previous low. So yen pairs will be expecting to see some sort of the bearish pattern. Also talking about the current JPY, still be looking for the sets opportunities. Okay, so another trade we can check we have is the metals. And talking about the metals, we are much bullish on the metals. Talking about gold, talking about silver, we are much bullish on these pairs. So yesterday we saw the market looking at the H1 time frame. You can see the market came and broke these EMAs 50, 200 EMA crossovers. So then we saw some pullbacks. So then we were expecting for the gold trade continue for further buys. And we're targeting gold continue all the way to 30,000 mark. So that is why we're waiting for gold to be out of profit. But at the meantime, looking at the lower time frame on gold, there's no trade. There's no trade on the lower time. Looking at the minute 15, looking at the H1 time frame, no trade. Another trade we can check, we have the silver. So looking at the silver, we're still much bullish on the silver. Looking about the COT report, we're much bullish on these metals. So that is silver and that is gold. Whenever you get some buy patterns, this will be tested for us, adding positions for buying. So talking about the stock indices, we're much neutral on them. Talking about S&P 500, talking about Nasdaq. For now, you're much neutral on these stock indices. Talking about Spider, talking about Nasdaq, you're much neutral on these stock indices. Talking about Dogecoin, talking about cryptos, I have the Dogecoin. Talking about the higher time frame, you can see the market has been declining. Also talking about the Bitcoin, you can see the market is declining. So you expect some sort of sales all the way to the 800 EMA. So 800 EMA is where we tested for us, looking for the buys opportunities. That is it on the cryptos. So another trade we can check is the chart of the oil. And looking at the chart of oil, we'll be very bearish on oil. So we expect to see some sort of pullbacks. So yesterday we saw some pullbacks at this region. I come to look on the lower time frame, that is on H1 time frame. Yesterday we expected to see some sort of the sets patterns. So we interested to see some sort of the sets opportunities on oil, so that we can position ourselves for further buys. So that is the analysis of today. A disclaimer that this is not for financial advice, but for educational purposes. You must do your due diligence and use proper risk management. See you tomorrow, the same time and the same place. Bye.